Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. I'm in John Brown mode. I've got one of them really badly fitting t-shirts on at the moment, so I do apologise if I'm doing all this, that and the other. Before we get going, obviously you've read the title of this video, but before we get going, it's a video that I didn't want to do for several reasons, really. There was different videos I was going to do. I did feel like having a right go at this brewery. I did feel like doing the actual video that I'm doing, which I didn't want to do, if that makes any sense. And I also thought about just not reviewing any more beers of theirs. And the reason is that, yes, Kat, I bought a 6-pack of beers from Chester Beer Company. 24 quid for the 6 beers, 3 500 mils, 3 330s, which you've probably seen. Reviewed 2 of them. First one was very good, but not as good as I was hoping for. The second beer was excellent, which I can't knock them for that. And the third beer I started to review, and there wasn't a lot on the nose. It was I can't think what it was called now, something Diva or something. It was a West Coast IPA from them. There wasn't a lot on the nose, and when I poured it, it looked shocking. And what I actually done was pause the video, take pictures, so I could send to them. And then I tasted the beer, and it wasn't right to me. So I didn't even go through with it. And I didn't go through with it because I didn't want to slate them or anything on a video, because I know they're only a small brewery. So that video never went ahead. I sent them pictures of the beer. I told them that it didn't really have much on the aroma. It looked dodgy. It looked like it oxidized or something, and it tasted sour. Now I bought the beers on the Sunday. I think this was about the Tuesday evening. I think I went to review this beer. They got back to me and said, doesn't look right. And then gave me this list of what it should smell like, what it should taste like, what it should look like. No apologies or, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, or this, that and the other, blah, blah, blah. And then after their message, I put, yeah, I mean, the colour of it, I said it's like a real deep amber colour. I said it just doesn't look right. And they got back and said, I think there was only 2 messages. Yeah, I think what they actually said, it should look like a double IPA, blah, 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 and then give me all these notes, what it should taste like, smell like. And then I've sent the message saying, sort of like a real deep red amber colour, yeah. No response then, no response. This was on the Tuesday that I sent that. And then I got a response on the Friday, and I think this was Friday afternoon. And they said to me, we've just opened one, it seems all right, blah, blah, blah. First one of the weekend, if you like. And that was it. That was it. It was like my complaint about the beer not being right, or me pointing it out to them, just went straight over their head. It was like, yeah, it's not right, but not at any point did I get an apology. You know, not that I expect a massive one, but you know, you would expect customer service. Oh, sorry to hear about that, blah, blah, blah. You'd expect that, wouldn't you? Nothing like that. And I didn't get any like, you know, would you like a refund for this beer? Next time you're in, come in and we'll give you another beer, or even like send me any beer out, a replacement for it. Now I understand they're a small brewery, but even so, customer service is, you know, you have to have good customer service if you're going to keep your customers. And like I said, this was a 330ml beer, 4 quid. So I've paid, you know, I've paid good money for that beer, and not at any point did I get any sort of like apology or offer of a refund. Now what I didn't want to do was like a big rant, and I didn't want to even continue reviewing the beers that I've got, but I'm going to. But all I'm trying to do is make a point out that customer service is shocking. I won't be even using them again or trying them again, not after that. To pretty much just blank what I've said. You know, I don't know, are they arrogant to think that they don't have to do anything or whatever? I don't know. But anyway, that's my little rant about them to start off with. This t-shirt is doing my head in. I can see how Jonathan Brown gets annoyed. So we'll crack on with the review now. And to be honest, the reason I'm doing it is just because I spent 4 quid on this beer, and I think, you know, I might as well use it to some use, isn't it? So we're off to Chester Beer Company, like I said, and we've got a bottle of their Wolfgate Red. and it's a premium natural beer. It's a red ale basically. It says on the back, just quickly, 500ml bottle. Like I said, 6-pack for 24 quid, so 4 quid. It's saying on the back, premium red craft ale, naturally brewed with red berry, with a red berry aroma, smooth malt body and a clean finish. So I don't have a Chester's glass, so we're going to bang it in this one. Nice artwork. Shame about your customer service. Plain black bottle cap. So let's get it cracked open and see what we get. It's been out of the fridge for a while. Like I said, the 2 beers I had previous, the first one was pretty decent. I would have wanted a bit more citrus note in there. The second one was fantastic, in all fairness. That really was a fantastic beer. And the third one, like I said, didn't look right for me. So, beer in a glass. I'll tell you what, the double IPA looked a little bit like that, to be honest. But yeah, it's looking sort of like a deep sort of cherry, not cherry red, mahogany red in the glass. It's sort of a hazy number. I'm not seeing any bubbles go up. And we got a slightly off-white finger of creamy head. So let's dive in on the nose and see what we get. It looks like it's got a decent body on it. I'm swirling that and it looks quite thick and heavy. On the nose, yeah, I mean it's, yeah, typical red ale aroma. You do get a little bit of a IPA kind of hoppy sort of a note in there. Very malty. A little bit of sweetness. Smells decent. It does smell decent. So let's dive in. Let's try and be fair on this beer and see what we get with the Wolfgate Red Premium Red Ale. Cheers. Coming in at, incidentally, I didn't tell you what it's coming in at. This is coming in at 4.2%. So yeah, let's dive in, give her a taste. Okay, going again. Quite a nice body, 4.2%. You're not going to expect it to be too heavy. But it is quite heavy. Almost has a creaminess on the mouthfeel. It's very smooth. It's pretty soft. With low levels of carbonation in there. It's not going to fill you up with gas, I don't think. On the taste, for me, you sort of get that maltiness at the start and that sweetness. But that red berry, I think you get red berry in the taste. Quite a big sort of berry sort of taste in it. It does have a slight tartness to it. A big rich sort of maltiness in there. A little bit of taste of, you do get almost, like I say, IPA hop sort of flavours. So you're kind of sort of getting grapefruit in there. A gentle bitterness, which doesn't linger very long. It's a decent traditional beer, really. 4.2%, do you get that? No, not at all. There's no wateriness about it. It's a very decent beer. A red ale, is it the best one I've had? It's different. It's a little bit different. So for my own personal taste, I'm not sure I'd say it was the best one I've had, but it is a very decent one. For me, that sort of red berry thing in there is maybe a little bit overpowering. But other than that, it's a pretty solid, decent beer. Is it worth £4? Personally, no. It's a decent beer, but it's not something I don't think it's something you want to be paying £4 for. But yeah, it's a decent number. So there you are. There's my thoughts on this beer. I'm not going to do all the other stuff. You know, if you've had it, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.